Hi everyone, welcome back to my AWS series. In today's demo, we are going to build a complex serverless data pipeline on AWS using multiple services working together. So this is a real world end-to-end use case where we will ingest, process, transform and store data in a scalable way. So what we are going to build today? So we will first upload one CSV file, and on a CSV file we will trigger one lambda function, and that lambda function will trigger the step functions, and step functions will trigger two or three things. It will run the glue crawler, right? And second, it will run the ETL job, and finally it will run a lambda who will push the data to the DynamoDB. So let's get started, and let me go quickly to the AWS console. So eh, here you can see that this is my AWS console, and I would like to request you, if you are new in AWS and in these kind of concept like glue crawler, please watch my previous video. This video is the extension of my last video. In last video, I have not used the crawler. I simply create a step functions and use the ETL job as well as a one lambda. But this time I am going to include the crawler. So first, let me create one ETL job. Alright. And before ETL job, let me create one crawler, or let me see if there is already one crawler or not. Okay, so let me go to the crawler. It is loading for me, and okay, so currently yeah, this is a crawler, so let me delete my old one to showcase you from scratch. So before creating the crawler, I just want to tell you that I have one bucket, that is a Rahul demo bucket 2017, and under this bucket I have a two folder like I have used in previous videos. These two folder are input folder and output folder. So input folder is the place where I will upload one CSV file, right? In my case, CSV file is the employee file. Okay. And the filter data, right, will be stored under the output folder. So let's we'll see in picture. So first I am going to create a crawler. So if you do not know about the crawler, so you can watch my crawler video where you will find the exact idea about the crawler. So I am going to create one crawler, that is a employee crawler, and here you can choose next, and here you will need to set one data source from where you want to scan the data. So as I said, I will upload one CSV file under the input folder. So I am giving this path to this crawler. So I am going to my bucket, and under this bucket I am okay. So yeah, and let me go to the input folder, right? And let me see if there is any file or not for my crawler. Yeah, so I have already one employee.csv file, right, where I have 5 user under this employee file. I will showcase you what is under this CSV, but for now I am selecting this CSV. So I have choose this CSV. All right. Or the best way is, do not choose the particular file, just give the folder, and crawler will scan all the files under the input. This is the good way. So I have added inputs. Now go to the next. Here you will need to choose one role. I have already created one role, that is user role for Glue. If you do not know how we can create a role, you can watch my previous videos. So this is just simple role with two or three permission, I think. That is a Glue one and S3 one. Okay. Yeah. Next, here you can choose the database. So I have already created one database in my previous video, that was the demo user. You can watch, or here is an option, right, how you can create the database. You just click here and you will find a screen where you can provide the database name, and rest is same. Next, and finally these are the complete detail of the crawler, and I am clicking on the create crawler. So crawler has been created successfully, right? It will crawl the data from the input folder files. Now I am going to create the ETL job. So under the ETL job, let me create one ETL job. So ETL, yeah, you can choose the script editor here. Okay, so I have choose the Spark and going with the default setting here. So this is some default script which is provided to you, but now you can go on my GitHub page, and under the demo for I have added the script for the ETL. So this is the Glue ETL script. You just need to copy from here and paste the ETL job directly. Let's remove this, and here let me quickly explain you about this ETL job. So if you remember in my last video, I have also created this kind of ETL job, right, where I have choose source S3, but this time I am choosing the database data catalog service because I am running the crawler before the ETL jobs. So when my crawler will run, it will create one table under my database. So what I am going to create in under the ETL job, it will take database name, table name, and the output path where it will push the filter data. So here you can see that it is the way how it can read the data from the tables under the database, and after that it is applying some filter like age is greater than, and it is writing the under the S3. So the job or responsibility of ETL job is to pull the data from the tables, applying some filter, and again put into the S3. So let me create this job, and I am giving the name this demo underscore job. So this is my job name. Under the job details, you can see IAM roles. So here you can choose this role. I know you will not able to see this role in your screen, so you will need to create a role again with some permissions like S3, glue, right? So yeah, all thing is set now for this ETL job. I am going to save this ETL job. All right. So my ETL job has been created successfully. All right. I have created a crawler. I have created the ETL job. Now I am going to create one state machine. But before this, just let me tell you that I have already created one Lambda function, right? That will be push data from the target location to the DynamoDB. So this is generally used for pushing the data from S3 to DynamoDB, right? So let me quickly showcase you the code of this Lambda function. So yeah, it is loading, and second, yeah, I have explained about this Lambda in my previous videos. You can watch there. So my every video is the extension of my previous videos, right? So it is somehow mandatory to watch my previous videos if you really want to understand every concept of AWS services. So let me quickly explain about this Lambda function. So this is the S3, right? Port 3 is used to make the communications amongst the AWS services. This is a DynamoDB, and I have already created one users table. I can quickly showcase you. So I have already created one users table under the DynamoDB, right? Uh, tables users table under the DynamoDB, and I have set the user ID as a partition key or primary key, you can say. I have created a complete video on a DynamoDB how you can create a table, right? How you can set the partition key. You can watch there. So let me quickly go to the Lambda function. So this is my DynamoDB, and this is users table, right? So and this is the bucket name, and this is the folder where ETL job put the filter data, right? So now it will, these are some kind of validations, okay? And as I am going to use the staff function, so where if I am running a staff function more than one time, it will generate multiple files under the output folder. So I choose always the latest modified file, for the processing. So it will read all the data from the latest modified file and put inside the DynamoDB. So this is the responsibility of this Lambda. Okay, I have also created another Lambda, that is a trigger staff function. If you remember, I have created this function in my last video. So the responsibility of this trigger staff function is just to trigger the staff function. But till now we have not created a staff function. So let's create first a staff function. Go to the staff functions, and under the staff function create a state machine. So you can click here and give the name demo staff function and choose the standard. Continue. Okay, go to the code, go my AWS page, and under the page you will find this is the Lambda code which I have showcase you, and another is a staff function. So I am just copying this staff function code and put here. All right, so let me quickly explain you about the staff function. So initially it will start with the crawler. So crawler will create the table inside the database. It will wait for 2 minutes until the crawler run. After that, it will run the glue job. Glue job will take the tables from which is created by the crawler, right? And it will filter the data and put inside the S3. Now, after crawl glue job, Lambda will run, right? So here you can see then Lambda will run, that is a push data to DB. So this Lambda will pull data from S3 and put inside the DynamoDB. So this is the entire flow of this staff function. So let me go to the create. Okay, so it will ask you to create one role for this staff functions. If you have already a name, then you can choose from view role configuration. As I have already created one role for a staff function, right, we can choose that is a role for staff function. So this role generally includes the permissions of Glue, right, S3, DynamoDB, and Lambda executions. Whatever we are going to use inside the staff functions, we need to provide the permissions. So I'm going to create this staff function. So my staff function has been created. Now we can go to the state machines. Under the state machine, you can see this is the staff function which I have created. So here you can copy the ARN of this staff function and go to the trigger staff Lambda functions, right? It is used for trigger this staff function V. All right. So I have pasted the ARN for my state machine. I am deploying the latest code, and yeah, it is deploying. Okay, now I will use this trigger Lambda on the S3 event. Whenever I will upload a CSV under the input folder, then this Lambda will be triggered. So let me quickly go under the bucket. So here you can see under the input folder I have nothing right now, or maybe I have employee.csv. So first let me delete this and delete. All right, delete, and you can delete from here. All right, I have already opened one Parquet viewer where you can choose the employee.csv file. Let me showcase you what actually inside the employee.csv. So I have one employee.csv where I have user ID, name, age, and city. All right. So I am going to upload this CSV. Okay. So let me go to the bucket, and under the input buckets, right, you will need to upload one CSV. But first we will need to create one event on my bucket. Means whenever any new item is pushed under any specific folder, then there should be some event trigger. So for that, this is my bucket, and under the properties, you can go under the properties, and here is an options to create the event notifications. You can create one event, give the name of the event, that is the demo event. All right, demo event, and here you can give your folder name, that is a input folder. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload some file under the input. So upload means we are going to put some items. So once we upload some item, we are trying to call a lambda. So what is the name of the lambda? I have choose here the lambda function. We have other option as well like SNS topic and SQSQ, but for now I'm choosing the lambda function. You can choose your name of the lambda function. So if you remember, we have created one lambda function trigger step function, which is used to trigger the step function. So I have saved these changes. Okay, so I have applied one event under the or upon the buckets. So let me go quickly to the input folders, objects, input folders, and now I am going to upload the employee CSV. So yeah, add files. I know you will not be able to see my browser screen due to some security issues. So let me choose the employee CSV, and yeah, you will be see the employee.csv file here and upload. All right, my CSV file has been updated. Now let me go to the state machine to see any execution is happened or not. Okay, so yeah, you can see that my staff function is triggered, but it is failed due to some reason, right? So let me see what is the reason. So I am going to edit the staff functions and go to the code. Okay, and here you can see I have created the employee crawler, and let me see the name of the crawler which I have created, right? So trigger staff functions spark upload s3 trigger staff. uh, from here let me quickly go to the aws glue. Where are you? It is little bit slow for me because I am using a free tier account under the AWS Glue. You will need to see the name of Glue Crawler as well as the ETL job. So that, all right. So I am going to the first crawler. Crawlers. My crawler name is employee crawler. Employee crawler. So let me go and see here. So I think there is some spelling mistake. That's why it is running wrong. Employee crawler, that is fine. And let me check the name of this demo underscore job. So what ETL job we have created? Demo underscore job. Demo underscore job. Yeah, this is fine. So let me save this. Let me save this. Okay. And I just want to tell you one thing more. Like crawler will run, right? We have provided the input source to it, but for the ETL job, we will need to pass database name, table name, and output path from the staff function so that it receive and make the process, right? So, okay, okay. As I am running this function on S3 event, so for now I am giving this these arguments as a hard coded. Okay, so let me copy somewhere these so that I can also showcase you with dynamic demo, and I am pasting it somewhere and I can showcase. So what is our, I am giving the direct name to this. So my database name is the demo underscore user. All right, and I am giving the name of table name, that is the input, and output will be where output will be, let me copy this for now, but you can go input and you will see all the result will come under the output. Okay, so I am passing the hard coded value to this staff function, but so remember we will need to remove this dollar if you are passing the hard coded value directly here. Okay, I will showcase you dynamic as well, no worries. So I have provided the database name here and here. All right, let me see what is any error inside this, or it looks good to this. And yeah, that is the output. All right, Lemon, and it is looking good. Let me try to save. Yeah, so it is giving some comma or braces. Line number 46. Let me check that. Okay, so now you can see that my step function is ready to use. I have provided the hard code. Let me save this. All right, so let me try to upload again same file. So before that, let me go to the input and let me uh, under this input folder upload, add file, add files. Under the add files, you can search the employee, open again. This file will be override, upload. Okay, this file has been uploaded. Now let me go to the state machine to see any execution is happened or not. Okay, so here you can see the new execution has been running. If you remember last time, my execution has been failed. So let me click on it. Yeah, so here you can see that my crawler has been run. It is in green and it is wait for 2 minutes, and then it will glue job and again it will wait and it will run the lambda. So meanwhile, let me pause for some time. So now you can see after 2 minutes, my crawler has been ran successfully, and you can also this glue job is also run successfully, and it will be wait for 2 minutes and then it will be run the lambda. So now you can see that my step function is run successfully. So let's check in the DynamoDB our data is inserted or not. So this was my table, and let me refresh. Oh, this time also my step function is not run successfully. So let me debug what was the reason behind it. So for that, what we can check how we can debug. Okay, so let me go first to the ETL job. All right, under the ETL job, that is a tables. First you will need to check that crawler creates the table or not. Okay, okay, so I am going to check first in the crawler and under the tables. All right, under the table I have one database, that is a demo user. Yeah, so my table has been created, which is the input tables. It is created by the crawler, so my crawler ran successfully. So step 1 we have validated. Now we are going to the step 2, which is my ETL job. Let me see my ETL job ran successfully or not. All right, go to the ETL job. Okay, this was my job, demo underscore job, and under this there is a runs. And oh, here you can see that my ETL job is failed. That's why it is not push the data into the DynamoDB. So let me, here you can clearly see that there is a some input kind of things which we have passed from the step functions, right? Under the input arguments you can see that, right, output path. So I have given the wrong output path, that's why it is not working. All right, so let me change the output path in my step function and then try again. So go to the state machine and choose your state machine or step functions, add it, and under the edit you can change the output path. So here you go down, you can see that I have given the input while ETL job will push the data under the output folder. So I am going to give the output. All set this time, and let's see this time it works or not. Save. All right. So again, I'm going to upload one file inside this. That is the input folder objects under the. All right, let me create one folder quickly. Input folder, create. So now I have created input folder and I am going to upload a new file. Again, add files, choose employee files. I know you cannot see the browser, but here I have choose the employee.csv and uploaded. This is the third time when I am trying to do this demo, right? So let me go to the state machine and go to the state machines. Go to your step function. Let's see that new trigger is run or not. Refresh and here you can see the new trigger. Okay, let me go this trigger. All right, so this trigger run the crawler successfully. It will wait for 2 minutes, then glue job and wait and then run lambda. Let's see this time it works or not. If not works, then definitely we will debug again. Okay, so here you can see that my step function is successfully run. Okay, so let me go to the DynamoDB and let's see this time it save the data or not. Explore items and run. And great, this time we can see the data, right? Our step functions stores the data in a DynamoDB through the various processes. Okay, so this was the end-to-end flow. Let me repeat what I have done. So I have uploaded one CSV file to S3. So once the file is uploaded, an event will be triggered and that will trigger the step function. And this step function first run the crawler. This crawler will create a table after scanning the data from the S3. All right. So once table is created, after that a ETL job will be run. This ETL job will pull the data from the tables and applying some filter. In our case, like we have added a conditions, a should be greater than 25 and again push this filter data into the S3, right? Then it will wait until the glue job is run and finally it will run one lambda that will pull the data, that will pull filter data from S3 and push the data into the DynamoDB. Okay, we also showcase in this video how you can debug if your step function is running, right? So this is the complete package of step functions where we have run the crawler, ETL job, we have debugged the ETL, right? We have debugged the crawler. Everything is available inside this video. So that's all for this video. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and click on the notification icon if you like such kind of video. Thank you very much.